All right, guys, welcome back to our final match of the evening. It's going to be a Division 1 70-star league race between two old legends of the game, Punkay and Biinny. Now, I'm here with Kopitz to bring this one
Hello.
to you guys live. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing just fine, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing A-okay, buddy.
Oh, that's pretty good, I guess. So this is a pretty interesting match. I'm lucky to have the opportunity to commentate this alongside my pal Badronis.
Yeah. I'm not simply,
you
but
know,
I'll do my best.
You're right. You're not. But hey, you have a lot of experience, and I can tell. Your commentary is on fire lately, buddy. And I'm excited
Thank you.
to be commentating this amazing race alongside you, Biinny and Puncayshun. They've been playing since 2013 or so. I think Biinny even longer, maybe 2011.
Wow.
And this could be a very close race, very interesting. Both top players of the game, and I'm excited to see it.
I actually didn't realize it was back in 2011 that Biinny started out. He was like, it's what, 8 years coming up in 2019? That's nuts.
But I think it was 2011.
Either way, they've both been playing the game for quite a long time. There are no newcomers to the runs or the strats. Although, in recent memory, Punkay's been picking up a few new things, and Biinny having to dust off some of that old, quote, Biinny movement, getting some fresh, optimal strats, Toast Rider approved.
Toast Rider approved.
Exactly.
So it's gonna be interesting. I haven't seen him play too much since all that update, so I'm excited to see that happen here.
All right, we got the countdown, and we're off. Both on English version. Always good to see. Now I gotta say, Punkay will usually go for that double plus. I don't know if Biinny's been rocking that every single time, because the way that Punkay will play it is he'll initially go for double plus, and then if it starts to like seem shaky, he'll just take one and then go to HMC early. But we'll see what happens.
Well, we can, there's definitely a possibility of them going for it because they're both on English, so we don't know. If one of them was on Japanese, we'd probably know that they're not going to go for double plus. Although we've seen it before. We have seen tournament races where somebody on Japanese went for double pillarless, and it has gone well, and it has also not gone well. So, if you guys didn't know, if you're on the Japanese version of the game, and you attempt the double pillarless star, well, the other one that you would do
the
inside
secrets.
the pyramid, or not inside the secrets. The way
that Biinny's blown up his bomb. Sorry to cut you off. He's got to respawn this one, and losing about 10 seconds to Punkay here. We'll see if he can get it second try. Once you miss the first camera setup, it's kind of awkward to grab it again.
Yeah,
and this
it can be hard.
Happening.
It can be hard. And not only is it hard to grab it again, it's also kind of hard to get it in the fence, get the right angle to clip into the fence.
Yeah, you kind of have to do, or like, you can either YOLO it, or you can do like a double camera turn. Biinny able to get his way into the corner of that fence, but man, he's lost about 15 seconds already. Luckily, not a Heisenberger kind of death, but still, this is not what you want to see in the beginning against someone as good as Punkay.
Yeah. Man, already interesting start here. Not sure what's going to happen. We know Biinny's a little bit tired, as he told us, but we know that, Puncayshun's preparation for this race was delayed a little bit because the race itself was delayed. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I was looking at the league standings because this match was delayed. It's going to happen like last week or so. Punkay's actually lost his top spot in the league, which I thought was not really going to happen because he was in such a commanding lead about 2 weeks ago, but he's looking to get that #1 title spot back. And against Biinny, it's going to be a pretty tough one, but Punkay pretty confident in his abilities lately, and that would definitely put him back up in first. He is only like 22 points behind D whatever who's currently in first. So it obviously makes sense. He's only lost one game, and that was to Cheese, who's right beneath him in fourth, Biinny in fifth. So this is kind of where Punkay is looking to solidify his #1 spot going into the playoffs, because we're getting pretty close to that.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Punkay missing the blue coin there, but he's got a backup here. So Biinny won the Big Simp Invitational 70-star tournament.
Way back when, for my memory.
Well, yeah, it was about like half a year ago, but so, and then I think there was another tournament in between there. I don't recall who won that one.
If you mean the GSA 70-star one, that was D whatever taking it actually against Punkay in the finals.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Punkay has made it to the finals before. Not surprised. He's a consistent player. But let's see how he does against a previous grand champion.
True.
And I'm sure both Biinny and puncayshun have won their fair share of tournaments throughout SM64. Although it wasn't until like 2017 or so that tournaments actually started being finished. From what I know, it's kind of a meme that like before 2017, the SM64 community would start a lot of tournaments and just not finish them. Yeah,
that makes sense. A lot of people with different schedules and lots of conflicting obligations.
It wasn't until like other organizations started running them, like Big Simp Industries, Speed Gaming, GSA, that the tournaments began to.
Oh, Punkay missed Canalist. He's got to get Wild Blue now. So, Punkay and Biinny were having an otherwise okay Womps, other than Punkay missed the blue coin. But, Biinny, good Owlist. Let's see if we can get this Canalist first try. I think this looks good, but it's hard to tell. He's got it. So, firmly in the lead now.
Yeah, so I lost my train of thought earlier. I was just saying, if you play on Japanese version and you do the secrets in the pyramid, I know it's been like 5 minutes since I said that. Then you can get sound glitch and that can crash your game. And it wouldn't be the first time that we've seen that if it happened. Although they're both on English, so it can't happen. It's only on Japanese.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that they patched, I suppose, in the few months in between the release of the Japanese and English version. I think another thing was that the star in CCM, when you rescue the baby penguin, spawned right above the mama penguin's head, so it was like hard to grab the star. So in the English version, they like moved it a little bit away from the penguin.
They have to give us Americans some handicaps because we're bad at video games, apparently.
It's not like it's that hard to grab the star. It's just a little awkward. I think.
Yeah, it is. It is like right above the penguin.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got. Wait, is Punkay actually in the lead? Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Biinny was in the lead earlier. I forgot all about his bomb clip mistakes. Punkay's definitely still in the lead. Commentator, a bit of a short-term memory. We were too busy talking about Big Sim days of yore. But yeah, Punkay gonna wrap up Womps like at 6:53, maybe 54, 53, and Biinny maybe about 10 seconds behind that. So really not too far apart, despite that kind of meltdown on bomb clip.
Yeah, he lost about 22 seconds on bomb clip. So that'll cost him. But Punkay, well, as you said, a little bit of a meltdown himself. Womps Fortress. Although a lot of that was RNG in a way, missing the blue coin and all that.
True. Yeah, Koba's definitely not just reading the Discord logs. Very original thoughts.
Both Biinny and Punkay are typing in between stars a lot. It seems like every break they get, they type in the Discord to each other. It's funny.
Alright, so Punkay entering the wing cap. Usually expect this one to go smoothly for an experienced runner, especially from 120 star, with a lot more flying than in 70. But you can also take these corners.
Punkay definitely more of a consistent flyer than a speed flyer. He cut the edges of the coins there, and I'd say it's the same with Biinny. And I can't blame him because it is hard to you know, fly like Drogi or Cheese or, you know, players that save. But it's also important because you can save seconds on flying alone.
And I've always heard this, but I didn't realize it on the scale with which it affected your speed until I actually practiced it for myself. And I have to say the miscellaneous timer from the Yusumin ROM is an absolute godsend. You can actually check when you collect the red coins and time like, oh, that flying was fast, that flying was slow.
The MISC timer, yeah.
Yeah. So, super helpful.
Definitely EverDrive, a lot of very, very helpful using the practice ROM with that.
Alright, we got Chick Cycle coming out for Punkay, and Biinny is well off to decent start, not hitting the flamethrower or anything like that. Punkay avoiding these amps, not the best RNG overall in this run. I'm sure he'll give us an earful about that after the race. Biinny on pace for Shig, a bit more cooperative in the amp department. Maybe going for poverty. Nope, standard Shig here. Not as early as Punkay, but you know, it really doesn't matter. Ooh, that kick was pretty low.
Yeah, that was scared me too.
Start and take a breath. Biinny actually making us sweat a bit more than usual for a standard Chig cycle. But we got it done. Biinny actually said
how we got scared there.
Yeah, he kicked so late. I did say Biinny, he got a firstie in his first wall kick, you know, after getting the red coins, but his second wall kick was not. But a lot of times when that happens, you do a smaller A press expecting a firstie so that you don't go like way onto the slope. But if you do that and you don't get the firstie, you'll actually like ledge grab the stair. But Biinny actually held A anyway, or at least had really fast reactions to get over.
Yeah, normally when I get double firsties, just because I haven't really practiced doing it because I don't go for it, if I just happen to get it, it's not really faster because I don't do what you're supposed to do when you get double firsties.
Alright, we'll see Punkay and
unrelated,
Biinny. Yeah. No, you're totally related.
I guess.
But yeah, just worth noting that Biinny could have lost a bit of time there, but avoided it. Let's see, Punkay, nice flying. Right to the box. Ooh, Biinny missing the wing cap. Very small time loss. Just had to take a bigger double jump.
Massive time loss. It's over.
It's all ogre. Let's get those.
He didn't get the cap with the kick, man. What is he doing? That's the biggest time loss so far.
And the ground pound. Dude, he's not even going to be able to get like sub-hour at this rate.
We're just playing around here, fellas.
I'm not playing around. This is absolutely horrendous.
Have some faith in Biinny.
That's true. I gotta love Biinny.
I like it. Biinny's like 10 seconds behind Punkay, but you're like, no way Biinny can get sub 1 of this.
Yeah, we are just playing around, obviously. But
okay, so Punkay got 11:23 X-Cam. I don't know why I didn't look at the fade
X-Cam?
I just looked at when his feet touched the ground.
Oh,
so I see. A 13-second difference.
That's even like for the star. You know, you're reading the timer. What's the timer?
I did not specify what I meant.
What pops up on the screen when you're practicing?
I'm talking about where his timer was when his feet touched the ground, I guess.
Yeah. Alright, we'll get the statisticians on that. Get back to you all with the exact frame count of that wall kick will work. I'm gonna guess about a 9-3.
9-3. That's probably something.
It was something. It was a 9 point something.
You know, for a run, I'd take it.
Yeah, of course. No, 9-3 is solid. Alright, Punkay going for that CCM17 as we mentioned earlier, and Biinny gonna match that. So I think both runners are gonna be going for double plus. Unless Biinny just decides, nah, I'm just gonna do one and take that HMC early, and we'll see the routes diverge in that case. Alright.
Yeah, it looks like Punkay is going for CCM17 here. Interesting. Huh.
I think Punkay always does this. I don't think he's ever done it.
Yeah, I mean, no, he does it in runs. I think he definitely has done Penguin in races. I feel like I have seen it. I think I'm going to be doing the same thing here.
Maybe. Commentator, not entirely convinced, but I'll take your word for it. So we're going to see Punkay wrapping this stage up. 17 stars. You know, you can look at like a low 15, a low 13 as a really good run. So Punkay lost a bit of time in Womps, but the rest of his run has been okay. Maybe right about like 13:30.
Yeah, he would do Toxic Maze.
Yeah, he would do Toxic Maze.
So, what do you putting your bets on here? What are you putting your money on? You think they're gonna both do double pillarless?
In terms of route, I think Punkay will. Almost certainly. And I think Biinny's gonna do it, at least try it.
Yeah, I agree. I think they will both go for it. Now, what kind of pillarless are they going to go for? Are they going to go for the regular? And then they go for Tama?
Punkay always talks about how he doesn't like Pummaplex very much, but he seems to get in races, and I have no reason to see why he wouldn't go for it. Biinny, on the other hand,
recently he has been he has had some angry tweets about Tama pillarless. Biinny, you can I don't know. I feel like Biinny normally just kind of he normally is pretty uniform with what he does. So I think he will go for it. Okay, with the Mario Cam, Big Boo's balcony.
You say Biinny will go for Pummaplex?
Yeah, I think so because he's pretty uniform with what he does normally. Both players with the Mario Cam. I knew Biinny did Mario Cam. Didn't know. Has Punkay always done Mario Cam?
I think it's generally better that way for the angles. Although you're supposed to go into lag 2 cam on the last hit to reduce lag from killing the Boo. So like when you before you jump, you're supposed to go back into lag 2 cam if you want to be like Drogi.
Yeah. I mean, Drogi does some things that are different, but it's always faster. It seems. Underrated.
I'm just saying about like you know, kind of like micromanaging the star, figuring out everything that you need to do.
Dude, yeah, that's like there's kind of like a single star crew, or I don't know. There's like a crew. There's a few people that you'll see often go for single star records and also spreadsheet records. You know, and I'm not surprised that they're oftentimes the same people. Although usually, there are some people that just do single star and they don't do RTA at all. Like. Some people, tap. Yeah. I didn't mean. Sorry, I screwed over with what I was saying. I didn't mean Biinny was going to go for Tama. I meant he was going to go for double pillarless.
Okay.
I just messed up.
We're gonna see Punkay tempted right now. We'll see if he can get the first one. Big bomb always important for Pummaplex. He's got it. Not doing it though.
Okay, wow. Well, it kind of looked like he tried to do it.
Maybe he didn't like his.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not an expert.
Yeah,
I tried it briefly, but
normally I don't. He wouldn't have done that dive there.
The classic Biinny list coming out, chasing the bomb all the way downtown and back again,
and hitting the box. Classic. We love to see it.
We do.
Again, I always have to shout out whenever I see Biinny do pillarless. Oh, Punkay bomb exploding in his face. It's gonna lose him about 5 seconds. Or I guess 3 if he does his backup, right? No, he doesn't. He didn't do the bird backup. Huh.
Yeah, I think he just decided he was early for the bird. Although
not hitting the box that time.
Okay.
All right,
Biinny getting it done.
He gets it. All right, so Punkay, with the bomb went up in his face there.
Oh, he went for Tama's not hitting A and B at the same time, though. I'm sure Tama would say that was what happened.
Oh, that was a good
he's
backup,
got to go
though.
for Talons.
That
barely able to get to the bird. No! All right, don't want to fall in the quicksand here. He's got to chase it all the way to this pillar, and I think now he might just opt to go for HMC early. I think he's just gonna go to Lethal Lava Land after this one.
No, I don't think. I think we'll go for it again.
How much you want to bet?
I will bet you $5.
Okay.
No, $1. Okay.
$0.
I was actually going to say $1 before I realized that he was going to LOL, but it's too late. I'll give you $5, man. What's your PayPal? No, dude, I gotta follow through.
I just donate it to the stream, or give it to like Milo and Pace. I don't know.
You are an honorable man.
Thank you. All right, Biinny wrapping up Shifting Sandland. Looks like he's behind, but he's actually in the lead. I think, at least. I'm pretty sure he's in the lead.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, man. Yeah, Biinny's got to be in the lead at this point.
Also, Biinny going for the triple jumps on the ground and not on the arc, which is kind of weird. It honestly looks like you're not going to make it, but you do. It's one of his things. Alright, lava boost for puncayshun. He's going to get it. Oh, almost fell off. And barely got that triple jump. I think his speed was pretty low there. Puncayshun in the Discord, Gary, definitely could have lost a good bit of time to that one. Maybe even died. Who knows?
Now, I must say, to all runners who are considering learning Lava Boost, which you should when learning 70 Star, do the long jump. Do not do the triple jump. I learned that the hard way, because a triple jump is harder than the long jump and a few seconds slower. So it's just not a good idea.
I mean, I don't think the triple jump's harder, but it's definitely slower, and the long jump is well worth the time to learn. Okay. Yeah, so Biinny losing just a couple... I mean, maybe not even seconds here, maybe like 1 second slower than it could have been. He had a bad angle for the second long jump, where you kind of go to that archway that Punkay is coming up on right now. He ran up and jump dive, where Punkay just holds like, he just jump dives off this smaller slope. I don't know if Biinny does that regularly or not.
He does do it regularly for 1 star, but he does not do it for the star. I learned that the last time I watched him.
Actually, that makes sense, because for the bullies, you have to wait on the platform, so maybe that's just his way of sandbagging.
It does, yeah, it does make sense. It does make sense, but yeah, it's still... Well, no, I think it's still faster to do it on the right side. Either way. It still makes sense that, like, he would do it for that star.
Alright, so we're going to see Punkay going for the bullies. Can save some time here. Alright, he's got him. Now, I think since a good SSL Secrets is kind of 20... I mean, optimal Tumble Plus is like 25 something, but like in the 27s, or maybe just sub 30 is good. So if Biinny finishes up Lethal Lava in the next 40-ish seconds, then he'll be ahead of Punkay, and I'm pretty sure he will be. So I think we can say Biinny's like 5 seconds ahead, but we won't really know until they get all the way up to Tippy, so it's going to be a while.
We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, so Punkay gone for the Toxic Maze. That's the replacement for the Secret Star in the pyramid. So normally he would not have done the star if he had completed the double pillarless route the way it was meant to be completed.
Now, some people have said you should unban BLJs within stages. What's your opinion on that?
I used to this was when I first started playing the game in like late 2016.
Okay.
I used to think that made sense, because it was, I was like, okay, it's any percent no major glitches or whatever, but I was convinced that it makes more sense to just have BLJs banned, because BLJs, a lot of people just hate them, so
yeah,
can't this be the one category where there are no BLJs? People can take a break from them. In any other category, you have to start with a stupid BLJ. You have to start with LBLJ. Mm-hmm. This is the only category where you don't have to do that when playing at a high level.
Yeah, I mean, Island Hop is hard in its own right, but still, not having to do LBLJ is pretty huge. And also in 120 stars, since it is like the most pure category, it's like 100% no restrictions. People will go for the like 50-star door BLJ and stuff like HMC BLJ, which Punkay does. Obviously can't do that in 70 star. So it's just a bit of a difference in category.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat what you think. Type 1 for... never mind. We're not going to go there.
Look, I don't know. It's just like, because if you unban BLJs within the stages, you still don't have to do a BLJ over and over and over again for every.
Yeah.
People are still typing one for every single reset, but no, it's just BLJs are just they're difficult to learn, and when you practice them, it can damage your hands pretty badly, and it's just I feel like there should be.
Yeah, like imagine if Tiger had to do HMC BLJ going for 70-star record. That'd just be kind of, demoralizing.
Yeah,
also harmful.
And well, yeah, not only that, but like I don't know. I just think the bigger issue with it is like I lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was going to say.
That's fine.
But
we're heading
there
into
was a bit. Let's just trust me that there's a bigger issue with it.
I was just making some small talk. We're heading into Fire C. Things are going to heat up. Biinny had a decent DDD. Nothing special. Also nothing to report from Punkay. Everything is going fine in his camp. So Fire C is going to be huge for Biinny. Can you get Lava Boost? I don't really like this kind of straight up beginning that Biinny does. Oh, side camera. What? Interesting. Usually people will change camera after going for that. Or after like landing that long jump rather than before. Oh, this is scary. Okay, barely grabbed that red coin. He was pretty far toward the middle of the cage, but he's able to snag that one. Can barely get Lava Boost here. Not the fastest, but can definitely make it. All right.
Yeah, that was a very slow triple jump, but
yeah. Oh, barely. He's actually gonna get the fast run up here.
Yeah.
Oh, not
barely made it.
If he does the rollout ending, he can actually still make the good ending, which he's going for right now. Which is really good adjustment for Biinny to recognize this. Yeah, I really like this ending. It's a bit faster than the kind of standard previous RTA movement. But also, it's lenient because A, you don't have to worry about the amp, and B, no matter how late you make the cycle, you can always get the good ending, as Biinny proved right there. So pretty cool.
I still don't do the rollout, but
I mean, fair enough. But I just think anyone.
The reason why I don't do it is because I used to think when I first learned Lava Boost, I used to think that it was just like the rollout was to make it easier, because Lunar Jump told me, it was like, because I told him I was learning it, a year and a half ago or something, and he was like, please do the rollout, it'll make it so much easier. And then I thought it was harder, so I just didn't do it. But now I realize it's not the reasoning for it, so I should probably learn it.
It was actually hard to learn at first, because a lot of times you roll out too far and you go into the lava between like the two rising and falling platforms.
Yeah, I think that was my issue with it.
Yeah. Alright, Punkay front sub. Let's see what he's at. I don't think Biinny did front sub, so this could be a cheeky time save. But not getting the angle. Can he make it work? Barely. Okay. Punkay making me sweat here, but actually didn't miss the front sub, which is pretty surprising because I think it's harder on the right side than on the left.
You think it's harder on the right side than on the left?
I think so. Then again, I don't know.
Alright.
Alright, Biinny, what Gyro 100? I think this star is one of his, like, personal... He has, like, a personal vendetta against this star. Kind of ruins a lot of runs that make it upstairs. We'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, we gotta focus on Punkay, see if he can match that good Lava Boost Fire C, which Biinny was showing off just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, so I've completed my donation to Bebop Bandit because he said he wanted the $5, but I also gave $1 to GSA, just to support it.
Fair enough. Alright, okay, in the cage, good lag reducing, good movement all around. Definitely a bit faster than Biinny here. Can he make the cycle? This looks really clean from Punkay.
Yeah, if he makes the cycle faster and he gets, he could, like, Biinny's good. He got the good ending, but it was a little bit late, so he could save he could save like half a second, I guess. I don't know why I'm even bringing this up. It's a very minimal time save. But all I'm trying to say is that, okay, yeah, so it was about the same as Biinny. But all I'm trying to say is that just because you make the cycle doesn't mean that you go the same speed.
Yeah.
Make the cycle faster or slower.
Definitely good ending from Punkay is very important because you can actually get burned around at the ending. You can, take some bonks. So Puncay actually keeping on par with Biinny, not letting him get out of this one ahead, and it's really good to see. In D1, you know, you expect that people practice Fire C, but you can't really expect that they'll both get it perfectly in the race. It's just too hard.
Not teleporting there first.
Oh wow. Oh, want to be careful.
Not getting the ground pound either. Two of very similar plunders. Wait, plunders. That's not the right word. Blunders in the same. It's kind of the opposite. In the same star.
Yes. Plunder is more, I think, of like for treasure. Like plunder in the sunken ship is the star.
Yeah. Well, plunder means like you get you
loot,
know, whatever.
kinda.
Yeah, you get loot. Yeah, getting loot.
All right, nice chip jump wall kick for Biinny.
We'll see who can plunder the win here. How many?
Ooh,
how many
losing
points
some time save. Yeah, can he?
Oh my gosh! Ah!
Almost made a big plunder on those wall kicks, but managed to get up.
Well, a big blunder that would have been. That's the bad one. The good one's plunder. The bad one is blunder. Is blunder a word? Am I stupid?
Blunder's a word. Yeah, you're. I wasn't saying it wasn't a word.
No, I know. I'm just trying. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it is a word.
All right.
Now it sounds kind of mean. The definition is apparently a stupid or careless mistake. So I feel kind of mean for using that word. But...
Hey, thank you, Ouija, for the host. I think he's doing some 70 star. Hope your day's been going, Gucci gang. All right, last chip jump wall kick for Puncay. And he's got it. Very consistent with that one. Also not doing the side flip. I think Biinny... Actually, I can't remember. Did Biinny do the side flip? Or did he just do a straight up chip jump wall kick? Oh well. We're moving on anyway. Nice secrets from Biinny, getting the clip and running around the fifth one. That's pretty fast. So I think Biinny's showing some really good gameplay here. Not the most perfect run, especially with that bad beginning. Also good awareness to get up slowly in case he triggered the warp.
Yeah, I don't think he would have, but that's a good backup there.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see here, Puncay it looked like he was about 3 or 4 stars up from Biinny earlier, but those are, you know, different speeds of stars, obviously, so you can see kind of how that is evening out here. They're a lot closer than it seemed by the star count.
Hey. Ooh, Puncay, excellent RNG there. Skeeter charges him right as he ground pounds the switch. Can't really ask for anything better. Missing one coin there. That's going to kind of force him to play a bit better for the rest of the star. Can't miss anymore.
Yep. Yeah, I think it happened to me in my last trace where I missed one, and then at the end, I like purposefully missed one from the check yet because I forgot. I was like, oh, I don't need that one.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It happens.
Okay, I think that's Biinny's last star for THI. So Puncay just got to finish up 100 coin. I know I'm not familiar with the star counts, but I think
the coin counts. Yeah, he's good. 95.
Yeah. No, I was saying like.
Wait.
Did he?
Okay, I wasn't actually correcting.
I'm asking. Do you know if he has to do shocking airlift still? I think he got it already.
Yeah, he got it.
Okay. Now this is going to be a real test for Biinny. TTM.
Oh wait, no, he does.
You know, he's pretty good at it. But going for reds first,
no,
I guess.
Yeah, going for It's a little odd to do reds first. I feel like because it's a backup for missing log wall kicks.
True. All right, looking good in the maze. Not going for the side flip, but that was really clean. Probably gonna get a nice like low 25 with that one.
Wow, why didn't he? Was he in a weird position? I would definitely expect him to go for the side flip. Does he not normally go for it?
Maybe not.
Interesting. It's actually if you do the rollout slowly, it can be a little bit hard to get a quick rollout there. It doesn't actually really save very much time over what Biinny did. So.
All right.
Nice log wall kick. Oh, had to do an extra wall kick there. Loses a couple seconds.
Seems like Punkay's game's frozen up. Might have to resync with Biinny once Punkay can get that frame rate under control.
Yeah, something's going on with the stream here.
Probably downloading some fresh animes.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
Definitely animes. That's what it is.
So, mid-framey, but we can tell that he got the star fine. I think the mountain clip was good and a clean ending.
Okay, well, like, you can't really make the splice joke here because with the way that we have it set up here, we still see every frame. It doesn't skip the frames. That's why he's well, pretty much anyway. That's why he's lagging behind Biinny.
Yeah. Let's see if he can get frame rate under control. You know. In the meantime, look at Biinny chugging along in TTM, and honestly hasn't been perfect, but it's been pretty darn good.
Look, Bebop, I gave you $5, okay? You will do as I say.
Has Bebop been lurking around here for a while, or is it just like the last couple months? Like him and Siglemic, you know, kind of seems like at the same time they have some like renewed interest.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Good question.
Old school.
I mean, GSA's bringing all the old school boys back. I just want Balls Out to come back.
No idea who that is. Nice bruises from Punkay. Both runners nailing it in their run. First try. Really cool.
I don't know if Balls Out was an alt or something, but if you just look at old leaderboards and stuff, like old archived leaderboards, you see him up there.
Yeah.
With some of the top players.
Nice someone's head from Biinny, still going smooth. And not really giving Punkay many opportunities to catch up. And we'll have to see, once again, once they get to Tippy, where the deficit lies. But I think Punkay and Biinny are still playing pretty close to each other. I haven't seen many mistakes from Biinny that Punkay would take a lot of time gained from. Or at least his mistakes have been like 5 seconds or less. But it's hard to tell when Punkay's stream is kind of chopping up. Like if he's playing fast or not. People Up Bandit says Balls Out was, you know, nice, solid lad. Good
As you
guy.
can tell by his name, I would expect him to be a nice guy. Nice, solid, upstanding man named Balls Out.
Apparently the phrase "oh baby" was blocked by automod.
Okay, it's a little fun.
Alright. So, Punkay, one more star to go in Tall Tall Mountain, and it's been going pretty smoothly. You know, we said Biinny had a good TTM, but Punkay hasn't been letting us down either. Other than with the streaming quality, of course, but don't want to beat the dead horse here. You just got to do reds. Might be able to save a little bit of time going for the side flip ball kick, and a bit cleaner movement at the beginning. I think Biinny had like some weird like jump dive angles or something.
Yeah, every little bit of time save will help Punkay
Right,
out here.
pretty
'cause it's very
good.
close. Very close.
You know, slow and steady, but keeping it smooth, keeping it clean. That's how Punkay rolls.
Absolutely. Yeah, Biinny has to get a Toad star here, so that'll... Yeah, right after getting Mips and Toad, you'll see the star count will go back up. But Punkay, you know, there's 3 very quick stars. Actually, all the stars in SL are about the same speed.
So I guess he's in the lead now, isn't he?
No, I think Biinny's still in the lead, but it is close.
We will see in a few minutes. Time will tell.
Well, I guess Punkay probably is in the lead. I guess you're right. He probably is. Because he doesn't have to go. He doesn't have to go all the way back up to the top, into the castle.
Right. Maybe we can get a resync from Biinny and Punkay. I think his stream has stabilized more or less. Alright, so here we have Biinny back in Easy Maze Cave where Punkay was about 20 minutes ago. Well, did he like see the boulder coming a mile away? That feels like a very conscious jump dive toward the middle of the walkway. I don't know if you noticed that. He didn't even stick to the left wall.
No,
It's like he saw the boulder coming a mile away. Very... Okay, Punkay. You know, hard to see with this blinding snow.
Oh, trading like, places here. Oh no, sorry, Biinny's streaming freeze. We're just gonna resync. Yeah. Alright, yeah, Punkay showing off the SL Reds there with the with this route. Something that you really do not see very often. You don't see that at all very often. So take it in, everybody. Clip it, watch it. This is how SL Reds is done in 2019. You will not see that done in 2019 very often at all. Because it's not done in 120 alone. It's done with 100 coin. It's not done in 70 anymore, generally.
There's like a few stars like that. Like THI Reds as well. Not in the 120 route because you do with 100 coin as well.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And I suppose if you see THI Reds in 70, you'll probably also see the SL Reds, because it's just, you know, generally done with the same route.
Alright. So we're gonna see Punkay is actually in the lead, probably by about 15 seconds, maybe a bit more.
Yeah, the sync definitely gave him some time as well.
Alright.
Because I wasn't paying attention to the timer. That's important.
Yeah. So let's see, a high 39.51 door touch for Punkay. They are fully synced now, 58 stars, heading into Rainbow Ride. And this is where it really gets spicy. Not only do we see the exact lead, but of course, this is where all the mistakes happen. So Punkay about 16 seconds ahead.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. It's always nice to see a race that is so close, but it's especially nice when it's from two Goliaths at the game. And, you know, people know these names, so it's a big deal. So it's exciting seeing two similar Lakitu bounces, but slightly different. Biinny doing the side flip a little bit closer to where you wall kick than puncayshun. I generally delay it a lot more like puncayshun does.
Okay, not going for the new swing into the breeze, gonna stick to the classic, but also doing this 1 second to get out of the way. Bit peculiar. But he's got it done. And Biinny, you know, good luck to bounce as well. Maybe Punkay's was a tiny bit faster. But one big mistake would put Biinny back in the lead, since Punkay is not even 20 seconds ahead. That's like a death 5 seconds into the stage.
Yeah, so, you know, like you were saying, Tippy is where a lot of the mistakes happen, and it's interesting because there's like 4 stages in the game where, you know, it is common for you to just fall and die, and that's Bowser in the Dark World, Rainbow Ride, Tick-Tock Clock, and Bowser in the Sky. And 3 out of those 4 are the last 3 stages in the game. And they're all difficult stages in succession. And not only are they difficult, but like I said, you can just fall and die. That's common. Okay, with the bonk there on Reds.
A non-lethal fall, but still going to cost him a few seconds.
Yeah, that is it's interesting because you think of that as a small mistake, but it actually loses a lot of time.
You can actually do a faster backup with 2 ball kicks, but the way you do the side flip ball kick to ledge grab the platform and then long jump off it, it's pretty slow.
Yeah.
So Punkay 42.19. Biinny might have caught up by just a couple seconds. Yeah, looks like he caught up by like 3 or 4.
Punkay's still doing PTC 70.
Okay.
Doing all the old classic routes today.
Yeah, it's interesting because Punkay, I think he's more aware of what he does and whether or not it's optimal, or like at least chooses to do it consciously. Where I think Biinny just kind of goes off of comfort. But we've seen some instances where Biinny's actually been more up to date than Punkay on some movement.
They're definitely both aware. They definitely both know what they're doing.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't mean to phrase it that way.
Yeah. No, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
All right, TikTok clock though.
It's definitely both based on. I don't know if it's necessarily a different form of consistency. I think they just both of these players generally go for consistency, and it definitely works for both of them.
This TC100's been pretty good for both, and we'll see if Biinny gets invisible here. Gonna avoid that one. Punkay, a quick ledge grab there. Ooh, making me sweat a bit, but I think he's gonna be able to close this one out as well. Really nice to see 2 good TTC 100 coins, one of the hardest stars in the entire run, and both runners gonna knock it out of the park. But it's not over. Second star can't actually not mess you up. Don't want to fall down.
I don't know if I would have gone for that double jump.
All right. Wow. Almost identical. I think Biinny caught up maybe a tiny bit, but at the same time, Punkay got towed first, so can't really tell.
Well, no, we know that Biinny caught up because they both went into the stage at the same time.
Oh, they did.
Entered TTC, yeah. So Biinny is definitely caught up by a few seconds.
There you go. Okay, trying to save some time with the fast pendulums, but not able to get that time save. We saw Biinny go for the more consistent approach, and that
it's about the same, probably.
Yeah. Probably saved another second.
Biinny might have saved a little bit of time.
Alright, both runners with 4 stars left to go in TikTok clock, and it looks like at this rate it's going to come down to Sky, as it often does. Punkay, he's been in Sky before, in heated competition.
He certainly has.
But is also pretty good at closing out bits in most cases. You know, not likely to miss many throws. So if it comes down to the wire, you might give him the edge. But at the same time, Biinny's been catching up time, building that momentum throughout Tippy, and he's just been rock solid. Will that be enough to carry him? One more star left for, 2 for Punkay and 2 for Biinny. Not counting
still a little bit ahead, I believe. Yeah.
But just barely.
Yeah, definitely just by at least a couple seconds.
I'd say it's like
he's definitely a few seconds ahead still. He's got a solid lead. I don't know if it would be a whole throw. I don't think so, but okay, missing the triple jump there. That's going to cost him a few seconds. This is really close. Every little mistake. Normally we wouldn't, earlier in the bonking there too. Earlier in the race we weren't commenting on these smaller mistakes, but now that it's so close towards the end, every single one seems to matter more. But really, every single mistake mattered in the run.
Yeah.
It just seems like they matter more now,
And it definitely does really weigh on you when every mistake could be the difference between a win and a loss. Oh, Punkay, that's one of them, falling off of the pendulums. Can he actually back himself with the triple jump? He can.
This could be really close. Biinny might have taken the lead here.
We're going to have to look at the Sky entry. I think Punkay's still in the lead.
Yeah. It is very close. Wow, it is so close, dude. Oh my gosh.
Biinny's got a bit of a text box to go through.
I don't know. I'm scared, dude. This is too close, man. I don't want to...
Wow, it's like 2 seconds apart. Punkay and Biinny going into Sky neck and neck. Would you have it any other way?
Yeah, it's like 2 seconds, dude.
Alright. Everything matters in Sky now. What cycle you get, what triple jump wall kick you go for. Of course, do you get it? And even the efficiency of the throws, not necessarily you can miss one or you can't. And Biinny's struggling here. Luckily he didn't die. That could have sealed it before it even got
Punkay's lead extending. Looks like he's going to be going for moving left. And he gets it. Biinny looks like he's going to be doing it as well with a more angled approach. And he gets it as well. It's coming down to throws.
Yeah, Biinny didn't want to go for the cycle. He didn't know where it was. Punkay going to be coming up with a few seconds to spare.
51.
But he can't miss a throw. If Biinny has perfect throws, that is.
And that's 57.
Are you ready? Punkay still on Punkay and Biinny still on like really solid 48 pace. This is absolutely nuts. What a great run from both.
Punkay is generally very good at throws, so yeah. I think he might take the win here.
Two. One more.
Let's see.
It's Kobitz's money. Well placed.
And he gets it. He gets it.
Insane run from Punkay. What other runner would close out so many like mid to low 48s? And
wow.
Biinny, probably one of the best races he's had this entire league, but still not enough to beat Punkay. That's nutty.
Both mid
48, 38, 39.
Yeah, 48, 39 from Biinny, and
that lost him a race.
Yeah, that's
you can't if you're Biinny, you can't be sad. That's like 36 seconds off his PB.
Yeah, it's a really
what a run from both honestly.
Both very, very good times. But it's kind of, it's kind of like you get a 48, 39. What else can you ask for, right? Other than winning. Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah.
When you're racing against puncayshun, or somebody, at the skill level of puncayshun, a 48, 39, that's really the only case where that might not cut it.
Yeah. Even some of the closest races we've had, and we still say that both runners play fantastic, it comes out to be like high 48, low 49. Wow, Punkay, you got another mid 48, but this time you actually needed it, winning by 8 seconds against Biinny. How are you feeling?
I mean, I'm glad I won. I got annoyed by some like really stupid things, like the blue coin RNG.
Wow,
in Pulse 100, and
you got
me failing texture setup.
This time you actually
like both of those things are like basically feel out of my control. So I feel like I just lost that lost like 10 seconds roughly due to just kind of random stuff.
The beginning was actually bad for both you and Biinny, but you guys both came back and played very well and ended up both getting mid 48s, which is pretty insane for the beginning that you guys had. How do you feel about the rest of your gameplay, though?
When it comes to the actual amount of mistakes I did not make many. Like, going in Tippy, I knew I was on like easy 48 pace. So
was the route changed? Do you think you having to change the route that you were doing mid-run, did that kind of throw you off, or were you able to adapt to that because that's a route that you've done a lot in the past?
I'm pretty much prepared to do that route. I entered SSL and I just did pillarless and I did like the baby strat.
The route that you
and then
did that kind of
I screwed up catching the bomb, as you saw, and I feel like at that point either I should have just gotten the Talon Star as a backup there, or I should have just done like Talon Star after I grabbed like the star at the top of the pyramid, because like going back into SSL and going for pillarless again when the Talon Star is my only backup, and I even went for Tama Plus, like it was incredibly risky and was kind of a poor decision, I feel like.
Well, that's fair. I want to go to Biinny now. He's in the call. It really sucks that this is probably one of your best races of the league. I don't know if this is your best.
It is my best race of the league. Basically, bomb clip buried me, didn't it? It's just of all things to make a mistake. I usually do it like once or twice right before the race, like always. And I just did it once today, and I was like, you know what? I'm fine on that today. And sure enough, bang, miss it. I'm terrible at the backup as well because the camera goes all weird, and I just don't practice it. Because I mean, how often are people missing bomb clips?
If you hadn't failed bomb clip twice at the beginning, then this would have been like 15 seconds off of your PB. Like that was your biggest mistake, like you said, was bomb clip.
Exactly. Yeah. I played pretty well overall. I can't be upset at all with 40. If you're hitting like, mid to high 48 in races, and you take an L, You know what I mean? The other person deserves it because that's a.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like hats
Yeah.
off, but you can still hold your head high because what more could you have done? Really?
Yeah, I was saying,
literally couldn't have played much better. I finished off better, I think, pretty much than when I started off. When I came out of SSL, like what plus? Let's have a look. Plus, sorry, CCM. I'm saying
on your PB
CCM
splits.
So I lost 3 seconds from CCM to end versus PB. That's not bad. So pretty much matched my PB for the remainder of the run. So I can't really complain. I played well.
I was pretty much the only case where 4839 is against somebody of the caliber of your opponent tonight, and it's still something to. Yeah, I think you should both hold your head high. Biinny, you got a lot of points. Getting a lot of points.
That's true.
Against
I did get
somebody who got a
points
4832 is definitely like it wasn't a waste of a 4830. You got a lot of points.
If there's anyone I needed to do, if there's anyone needed to pull a decent 48 against, it was probably Punkay. Could have done with it against Cheese as well. I'll be honest. Cheese is also a bit of a savage, but oh well. On to the next.
Absolutely.
All
Well, all right.
GG Punkay.
Final words.
Yeah, GG. It was a good race. I was like, I wasn't too sure if I won. I was like pretty sure, but
I was almost certain I'd lost from the minute I missed bomb clip. I thought there's no way I'm catching him because I did that against Cheese as well. I got hit by the Goomba in Dark World and I just couldn't catch him the entire race. And I was like, when I've made a mistake 20 odd seconds, I thought that I'm not going to catch him the entire race. So, but I managed to get at least close. I think did you have like a mistake in SSL then? What happened there?
So what happened in SSL is I just I did like the baby strat on my first pillarless, got it no problem, and then I screwed up catching the bomb, and I didn't do talent. I didn't do talent stars. It was my only star left. That was my only backup, and for some stupid reason, I went for pillarless again, and I went for Tama on top of it. So I screwed it up. No, I failed it.
Oh,
I played. That was like my biggest mistake, easily.
You could afford to do it though, just because of the mistakes I made early on. Was you watching the race, or was you aware that I missed bomb clip, or?
I saw the message in the chat.
Oh right, yeah. Oh, I should have stayed quiet. I should have stayed quiet.
Yeah, when you said that made me feel like a little more calm. I was like, I don't know why you said that.
Yeah,
that would have been funny. That would have been funny if you said that and you like completely lied about it.
Yeah, and I was still doing really good. No, it was a good race.
All right. Well, I do want to plug really quickly. I'm sure you guys have all heard about Pace, our live event, but we're also going to be doing a giveaway. And if you type in exclamation point giveaway, you'll see it. It's going to be a brand new Nintendo Switch and a copy of Celeste included. So I know a lot of you guys out there would like to have a nice Switch for yourselves. You can
I want to get your hands on that, definitely.
And it's actually not anything like you have to do. Just like, visit our YouTube and stuff. I don't know. Just get a few entries into the giveaway.
Just some social media
all good
stuff,
fun. Yeah. So get your names in. We'll be announcing that at Pace. And hopefully one of you lucky ducks will get a brand new Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
All right.
Well, all right. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for this amazing race. It was very, very entertaining to see a race so close, especially when it came back together at the end with the routes. And peace out.
I love Biinny.